All right, so there's this really fascinating, kind of weird civil war brewing inside Google. I mean, think about it. On one side, you've got YouTube, right? The undisputed king of video. And on the other, NotebookLM, Google's super powerful AI tool that can actually spit out videos just from text. This whole battle is being fought in lines of code, and it all boils down to one huge question. Can a product made by Google survive the rules of, well, another Google product?
Okay, so just to make things a little more interesting, we've got to be completely upfront with you. This explainer, the one you're watching right now, the script, the way it's structured, even these slides. Yep, all of it was generated using NotebookLM from a bunch of source articles. We're basically the lab rats in our own experiment here.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? We've taken this AI-generated video and thrown it right onto YouTube, putting it smack dab in the crosshairs of the platform's algorithm. So the big question is, can a video like this, made by one Google AI, actually survive on a platform run by another? Well, let's find out.
So to really get what's going on here, you first need to understand the battlefield. And for YouTube, the enemy has a name, and it's a pretty great one. AI slop. You've probably seen it. It's all that low-effort, mass-produced stuff that started flooding the platform. And yeah, YouTube has pretty much declared all-out war on it. And their main weapon in this fight, it's the inauthentic content policy. And this isn't just a small tweak, it's a huge change for the platform. It's specifically designed to hunt down, demonetize, and suppress any automated content that doesn't have any real human thought or creativity behind it. And this timeline really shows you how much the goalposts have shifted. I mean, it started out simple, right? Just going after reused content for basic copyright stuff. Then they moved on to repetitious content. You know the channels I'm talking about with hundreds of videos that are all basically the same template. But now, with this new inauthentic content policy, it's all about the value and the originality of the stuff AI is making. Now, check this out, because this table really breaks down how the consequences have escalated. Back in the day, reusing content got you a quick slap on the wrist. Then, repetitious stuff, that led to a slow, painful death by algorithm. But today's inauthentic content violations, oh, that's a whole other level. We're talking targeted suppression and a really high risk of getting your whole channel demonetized. The stakes have never, ever been higher.
All right, so this brings us back to the tool at the center of all this, NotebookLM. Now, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing tool for research and pulling ideas together. But its video generation feature has a very specific style that, well, could be a problem. And this quote from a Reddit user, it just hits the nail on the head. The raw video you get out of NotebookLM is, for all intents and purposes, a narrated PowerPoint. Kinda like, well, exactly like the one you're watching right now. There's no fancy animation, no crazy effects, just slides and a voice. And that, right there, is a huge challenge. Let's just break down the technical problems here. First off, the video resolution is stuck at 720p, but we all know the YouTube algorithm just loves that crispy 4K. The visuals, totally static. It doesn't generate subtitles automatically, and that can really hurt your accessibility score. And the voice, look, the AI voice is getting better, for sure, but that slightly robotic sound can be a huge turnoff for viewers, making them click away. And that sends a big fat negative signal to the algorithm.
So, with all that stacked against it, how does a video like this one even stand a chance? I mean, how do you possibly survive the algorithm? Well, it all comes down to understanding what YouTube actually cares about today. And here's the secret. The algorithm's new guiding light, its North Star, isn't just watch time anymore. It's all about viewer satisfaction. And it figures this out by looking at things like your retention rate, those little surveys that pop up after a video, and general engagement. The bottom line is, if your video gives people real value, even if it's for a smaller niche audience, the algorithm is gonna push it.
And this really brings us to the most important distinction of all, using AI in a lazy way versus a transformative way. So lazy AI, that's just taking a Wikipedia article, having an AI voice read it over some generic stock footage. Nothing new is added. But transformative AI, that's about using these tools to illustrate your own original research, to add unique commentary, or like we're trying to do here, to pull together a bunch of complex info into a clear explainer. YouTube absolutely punishes the lazy stuff, but it's okay with the transformative kind.
And believe me, YouTube has the tools to enforce this stuff. When we uploaded this video, we had to check that little altered content box. But here's the thing, Even if we tried to lie, the audio is embedded with something called Synth ID. It's like an invisible watermark that screams AI generated to YouTube systems. So there's literally no hiding. On top of that, a lot of these AI-heavy videos are getting hit with a 24-hour manual review right off the bat. So, since you can't hide it, what do you do? Well, the only real path forward is to play by the rules and focus on value. It's a strategy called human in the loop, and honestly, it's the only way to make this work. And this table right here, it lays out the financial reality in black and white. If you just throw an AI voiceover some random stock footage, you're looking at limited ads, that yellow icon, at best. If you try to bulk upload a bunch of AI slop, forget it, you're getting demonetized. But if your AI-assisted video has real, significant human commentary and actually adds value, then you can be fully monetized. That human element, it's literally the deciding factor. So here it is, the 4-step playbook for making this work. Step 1, add value. Provide real insight or analysis, which is what we're aiming for by breaking down these sources. 2, be transformative. Use AI as a tool to help you, not as a crutch to do all the work. 3, show presence. That's my job here, to bring that human touch. And finally, step 4, disclose everything, which we did right up top. That's it. That's the blueprint for survival. But okay, just when you think you've finally figured out all the rules for creating content on YouTube, the entire game changes. Because it turns out the audience, you guys, are now using the exact same AI tools to consume the content.
No, seriously, let that sink in for a second. More and more people are taking long YouTube videos, just grabbing the URL, dropping it into NotebookLM, and having the AI just summarize the whole thing. They're watching without watching. The exact same tool that made this explainer is now being used by viewers to completely skip watching it. How crazy is that?
And that right there is the ultimate paradox. You have creators like us locked in this epic struggle with YouTube's main algorithm, trying to figure out what it wants. And at the same exact time, viewers are just using their own personal AI algorithms to get the information as fast as possible, which often means skipping the video entirely. So that leaves us with one final massive question. Is the YouTube algorithm really an enemy of AI? Or is it just an enemy of lazy, low-value slop? The answer to that question is going to define the entire future of creating content on the biggest video platform in the world. And, well, the fate of this very explainer you just watched kind of depends on it.